So Alan, great to see you. Tell us, what are you doing here at Innovation Zero today?
So we have our stand here today. So SSEN transmission are our main part of the energy transition, and innovation is a key part of what we're doing at SSEN as we're building huge amounts of infrastructure that's going to help connect the huge amounts of renewable energy that's getting built right now, and we need to connect to then transport it to the demand centres. Innovation is really key to allowing us to build that at pace. And this event is a really key part of meeting with the key people and the innovators and policymakers that can help us steer our way.
So what have been your takeaways from today's sessions?
So it's quite clear that everybody is aligned that electrification of energy is the future. I think everybody is very key on where the key challenges are. It's about building, it's about the time and the cost that comes with that, but also about our supply chains and how our supplies and resources are really constrained, and what we need to do to try and maximise that in the most efficient way.
So not a lot of people are aware of SSEN's investments in innovation when it comes to the grid and when it comes to technologies that are going to enable those renewable energies to come online. Can you tell us a little bit about those investments and also how Ofgem funding plays a role in facilitating that?
Absolutely. So if we go back maybe 50 years ago, the high voltage electricity system in the north of Scotland was very much, it sat there and it did its work all day long. Now we've transitioned into high voltage direct current electricity from the offshore wind. So we call it HVDC, and HVDC is a technology that's far different from what we're used to, what our system was designed to do. So we now need to design it in a way that can deal with this new energy that's going to be very different and come with a lot of unpredictability. This is kind of what we are doing in terms of investing in innovation, is to try and look at how we advance that technology to make sure that we've got a robust system that can get the power from where it's generated to where it's consumed.
So you're doing a bit of work in the robotics sector. Tell us, how can the grid be optimised in a way that will enable AI to take control of those systems, to join up thinking when it comes to managing electricity systems and bringing on more renewable electricity?
Yeah, so I think going back to the system will be very different. There's going to be a lot more of it. It's going to be very complex, and I think that looking at the conventional ways where we manage the system just simply can't happen. So with the advancement in digital solutions and now with the growth in AI, you can do these things more effectively. And what we're really trying to achieve is we're trying to achieve the most effective and the most resilient and reliable system we possibly can. And AI is moving to that position that can give us that support so that we can identify how we can best optimise the system to ensure that it gets the best reliability and it's there for decades to come.
So one other thing I wanted to ask you, Alan, is you're making some investments in the grid as a general point, and also in the DC direct current transmission of electricity. How can these investments in innovation help us to bring on board more renewable energy, but also manage that capacity, for example, to really address one of the biggest issues that we have facing the wind industry right now, which is wind curtailment?
So curtailment is a big challenge. There's no doubt about it. That when the wind doesn't blow, you can't put it onto the network. But when you're building infrastructure, you want to be able to connect it, and you need to be able to send it to where it's needed. Of course, to make that happen, we do need to reinforce the network. We need to build more of it. That takes time. So it's important that you not only look at the reinforcements you need to make to facilitate that, to minimise that curtailment, but also about how we can use the existing infrastructure we have and use it in a smarter way so we can get more power down the lines and get it to where it's going. So we're looking at some technologies that can help us do that. Some new approaches whereby how we design our assets to make sure that when we do build the network, that we can make it the most efficient way we can, which means we don't need to have those long timelines to then build the infrastructure that we need. So curtailment's a big challenge. There's solutions out there to solve it, but it's all about bringing these all together in the right time and the right use cases.
Well, really good to hear a little bit more about what you're doing in this space. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.